chapter in geography, which is chapter number 10, Life in the Temperate Grasslands, the Prairies and the Velds. So today we will learn about the climate, natural vegetation, wildlife and people of Velds. Today we will learn about the type of climate which is there in the Velds and the natural vegetation that grows in the Velds, temperate grasslands, and the type of wildlife which is found in the Velds, temperate grasslands, and what type of people are living there and what type of practices and occupations they are practicing, what type of activities they are undertaking in the Velds, temperate grasslands. Okay, so let's start with the climate. As you can see that in the Velds there is July, and this is the month which is the coldest. July is the coldest month of the Velds, and then we have the month December, and December is the hottest month of the Velds. And since the Velds is surrounded by seas from all the three sides, Velds is surrounded by seas on all the three sides. Therefore, it has a moderate type of climate. It is neither very hot and not very cold, right? It has a very moderate climate. It's not very hot and it's not very cold. Winters are cool and dry, just like we have in India. The winters are cool and dry, and the summer temperatures can rise up to 20 degrees Celsius. Summer temperatures can rise up to 20 degrees Celsius, and the rainfall during the summer season is during the months of November to February. And the rainfall happens during the summer season, and this rainfall continues for the months of November, December, January and February. November, December, Jan and February. That is November to February. So there is rainfall in the summer season, and the rainfall occurs in these months, which is November to February. Then the rainfall that happens in the Velds grasslands is very scanty and dry. And what are the months that have the scanty rainfall and there is drought in the region? These months are of June, July to August. As you can see that the November to February months are the winter months in India, whereas November to February are the summer months in the Veld grasslands. And there is also rainfall happening in the summer season, and this rainfall happens from November to February. But what happens after November to February? In the months of June to August. In the months of June to August, there is very scanty rainfall. That is, the rainfall is very less in this region, and there is also a condition of drought. There are patches of dry lands all over the region because of less rainfall, because of very small amount of rainfall in the months of June to August. Okay. So now let us see the natural vegetation of the Velds grasslands. As you can see that grass is the dominant vegetation in the Velds. That is, all the land in the Veld grasslands is covered with grass, and the grass is the dominant type of plant life in the Veld region, right? In the region of Velds temperate grasslands. Then the plantations of pine and eucalyptus can also be found in the Velds. You can also see some different types of trees in the Velds. First one is the pine and the other one is eucalyptus. These two types of trees are found in the high Velds. High Velds are those Velds which are a little bit elevated from the rest of the region, and they look as if there is a mountainous area. Although the region is just a little bit elevated, but it looks like that it is a mountain area. And there we have the trees of pine and eucalyptus. And what is a pine tree? A pine tree is a tree which is a coniferous straight tree, and it has long thin leaves all year round. The pine tree has long thin leaves. Pine tree has long and thin leaves, and it is a coniferous tree, and it is straight and quite durable. The wood of the coniferous trees, which is the pine tree, is very straight and durable. It's very strong, and it is a very tall tree. Pine tree is a very tall tree. Okay. Let us see what type of tree is an eucalyptus tree. Eucalyptus trees are famous for their scent, and the scent of eucalyptus tree is used in different aromatherapy as well as in body oils. The products that we use such as the body oils and scents, these also have the scent of eucalyptus, and it is also used in the room diffusers. Eucalyptus scent is also used in room diffusers, to make their rooms smell very good, and it is also used in different body oils. Okay. So let us move on to the next one, which is acacia and marula. Acacia and marula are also type of plants that are found in the Velds grasslands. So let us see what is acacia. Acacia is a plant which helps in reducing the cholesterol and weight. It is a plant which is used in different medicines to reduce the weight and cholesterol. Right? And marula, what is marula? Marula is a deciduous tree, and it's fruit by the name of marula, and the spelling is M-A-R-U-L-A. This is the name of the fruit which is found in these trees. These trees of marula bear the fruits of marula by the same name, although the spelling is different. But marula trees bear the fruit of marula, and these are very sweet fruits. And marula is also a deciduous tree. A marula is also a deciduous tree, and marula is a fruit which is there on the marula trees. Okay. Then let us move on to the next one. Short bushy vegetation is also found in the Velds grasslands. They are short plants and their leaves are quite bushy. They are quite bushy, and red grass is also found in the Veld region. And what is red grass? The color of the red grass is green at the beginning when it is not mature, but as it matures, the green colors of the leaves turns to red, and that is why these grasses are called as red grass. They are famous for the red color pigment in them. Okay. Then let us see the next one. Soil is less fertile than the prairies. You know, the soil of the Velds grasslands is good for different types of activities such as animal husbandry and farming and rearing, but it is not good for agriculture. It is not, it is okay, it's okay for agriculture, but it is not as good as the soil which is there in the prairies. Prairies grasslands have a very fertile type of soil which is best suited for agriculture and farming, although Velds also have good soil, but it is not that fertile as we have in the prairies grasslands. Right? So the main occupation of Velds region is animal husbandry and animal rearing, like sheep rearing and dairy farming. These type of activities are more important in the Velds grasslands. Then let us move on to the next one, which is the wildlife. What type of wildlife is there in the Velds grasslands? We can find different species of animals such as the lions, leopards, cheetahs and gazelles. As you can see, lions, leopards and cheetahs are all species of the cat family. These are all species of the cat family. You already know the names of these, and you must know what is lion, leopard and cheetahs. And the next one is gazelle. So you know what is gazelle? Do you know what is gazelle? A gazelle is a species of antelope. A gazelle is a species of antelope. Do you know what is antelope? Antelope is a type of deer. It is a type of deer, but the difference between deer and antelope is that antelope has horns which are branched in structure, but the deer has straight or curved, but it has one single horn. Like the horn of the deer is a single branch, but the antelopes have many branches in their horns, right? This is the difference between deer and antelope, and gazelle is a type of antelope. Then we also have different birds such as the ostrich, and giraffes and elephants are also found in Velds region. The Velds grasslands also have giraffes and elephants, right? And elephants and giraffes are found in the national parks of South Africa. These elephants are found in the national parks of South Africa. You know, the Velds region is situated in the South African country. Velds is there in the South Africa country, right? Then what type of people are living there, and what are the occupations that they practice over there? What type of activities do they undertake in the Velds grasslands? You know, the people of the Velds are nomadic, that is, they keep moving from one place to another, from one region to another in the Velds, and they are also hunters, that is, they hunt different animals, and they also raise cattle. They keep cattle such as the cows, the sheep, the buffaloes, so that they can take milk and meat from them, right? And the main occupation of the Velds grasslands is farming and raising of cattle. The main occupation of the Velds grasslands is farming and raising of cattle. And what are the other types of activities that are taking place in the Velds grasslands? The other activities that are taking place are mining, cattle and sheep rearing. The other activities are mining, cattle and sheep rearing. So as you know that mining is, taking out the metals from the different mines so that you can taking out the different minerals from the mines so that you can make different equipments and tools and machineries from those minerals, such as the iron and nickel and gold and diamond. You can make different beautiful ornaments. You can make different articles from these minerals and metals, right? So mining is a main occupation in the Velds grasslands. Mining is also a very important activity in the Velds grassland. Main occupation is farming and raising of cattle, but mining is also a very important activity. See, here I have written Velds is an important mining region of the world. Velds is one of the most important mining region of the world. And see that sheep rearing is done in the high hills. In the high hills, we have the activity of sheep rearing. The people in the high Velds are mostly involved in the sheep rearing activity. And in the eastern Velds, we have the activity of dairy farming. The people of the eastern belt are involved in dairy farming, right? Then there is also mixed farming. There is also mixed farming in Velds grasslands. Let me tell you the meaning of sheep rearing as well as mixed farming. So what is sheep rearing? Sheep rearing is raising sheep for meat, milk and fiber. Raising sheep for meat, milk and fiber. And what is mixed farming? Mixed farming is a type of farming in which we both grow crops as well as we raise livestock. It is a type of farming in which both crops are grown and livestock is also raised. There is also a farming taking place in mixed farming, that is growing of crops, and there is also another activity in mixed farming, and this activity is rearing of livestock, raising of livestock. Right? Then let us see what type of mixed farming is taking place in the Velds grasslands. In the Velds grasslands, there is subsistence farming. There is subsistence farming. And what is the meaning of this farming? What is subsistence farming? Subsistence farming is the practice of growing crops and raising livestock sufficiently so that it is only enough for your own use and it is not sufficient to export it to different countries. You just raise it for your own consumption, right? It is the practice of growing crops and raising livestock sufficient for one's own use. You raise the crops and you raise the livestock that is just enough for your own use, and it is not sufficient for trade. It is not sufficient for trade, it is not sufficient for export. You cannot sell, it is not that much in amount that you can sell it in the market, and it is also not that much in amount that you can export it to different countries. So this is called as subsistence farming, where you raise the crops and you undertake the activities that are just sufficient for your own use, right? It's not for trade, it's not for export. Then cash crops are also grown in the Velds grasslands. What are cash crops? Do you know what is cash crops? Cash crops are those agricultural crops which are marketed or planted for selling in the market or for export. These crops are grown for selling in the market and for exporting to different parts of the world. They are not grown for consumption, for own consumption. Rather, they are grown so that they can be sold in the market, so that they can be exported to different parts of the world. That is why the word cash is used for them, and they are called as cash crops, because they are to be sold in the market and they are to be exported to different parts of the world. Right? And what type of minerals are mined in the Velds grasslands? Velds grasslands are situated in the South Africa, and there we have different minerals such as the gold, diamond, coal, iron, nickel and uranium, which are mined from the different mines in the Velds grasslands. And Velds is an important mining region of the world. Velds is an important mining region of the world. Right? Then let us see the next one, which is apple. The practice of apple is quite prevalent in the Velds region, because the Velds region is the Velds grasslands is located in the South African country. And apartheid was a type of racial discrimination based on the color of the skin. Apartheid was a practice in which the people of different colors were discriminated based on their color of the skin. Like if there is a black person, then he is discriminated because of his skin color, because the color of the skin is black, and that is why he is not given those opportunities which are given to the white people, that is the people of America, right? So this type of discrimination was there in apartheid, and because this apartheid happened in South Africa, and there we also have the Velds grasslands, the people of Africa were involved, the people of Velds were involved in the practice of apartheid. There was racial discrimination prevalent in the Velds grasslands, right? But the society has advanced during these years, and this practice of apartheid is reduced to much extent. This type of discrimination has been somewhat eradicated from the society. It is still there, but it is not as it is not as severe as it was in the earlier times. This type of racial discrimination is not as severe as it was in the earlier times. Okay class, so with this your chapter is now completed.